Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since I've last done a Liverpool match review, but I've just been busy and enjoying myself with my birthday just gone recently, and I was at the Liverpool vs West Ham game at Anfield, and I just didn't have the time to do a match review for some of the matches just gone, and I really wanted to see how we'd get on in the recent matches, and of course everything's been going incredibly well to say. Obviously, Slot's still finding his way in the job, and we find ourselves at the top of the league right now. And of course, the only problem we've had is the Nottingham Forest game, but that was after an international break, and I watched the game. You could see it, and a lot of you probably have seen the highlights, of course. Now it was a couple of weeks ago, and it was just obvious that that wasn't going to be our day. Where the players couldn't pass to each other, and then 3 days later or so, we go to the San Siro and we convincingly win the game. So that showed a lot of character to win that game, and I was incredibly pleased. How we dealt with the fact we went 1-0 down in that game. Then ever since then, we've just been doing the job. Obviously we played Bologna last night and Wolves on the weekend just before. So I'm incredibly happy with how we've been playing. Of course, sometimes if we're finding the game too easy in terms of breaking the opposition down, we struggle to find the consistency. Sometimes like last night, Bologna had a few chances they could have scored, hit the bar, hit the post. Alisson was required to make a couple of saves. In the Wolves game, like I say, the Canate mistake, where just complacency creeps in time to time. So that's something we're going to have to work on. Just to get out of it, really. But it's sometimes it can just come down to like miscommunication or things like that. So I'm not too worried, but sometimes we can't be given the opposition too many chances, especially last night. We didn't really give them away, but Bologna could have scored and probably should have, and against the higher opposition, I'm sure. That's something that Slot will be telling the lads, that against the higher opposition that we'll hopefully face in the later rounds of the competition of the Champions League, that they'll take advantage of that if we don't kill the game off a lot sooner than we actually did. But great attacking play. Mo Salah does what Mo Salah does, with that goal and the assist. And I was very happy again with Ryan Gravenberch. Thanks to Slot, he's so rejuvenated this year. I think Jurgen Klopp signed him for the next manager to come in after him. In my opinion, shadow of the player that we're seeing now. Last year, obviously a lot of confidence. He did show confidence at times last year, but obviously due to coming in and out of the squad, didn't really show what we're seeing now. And it's we're all incredibly happy to see him doing so well, because we know from his time, at Holland, Ajax coming through their academy system, we knew how much potential he's got and what a talent he is. So I'm very happy with he's been happy to been able to show how much talent he's got, and the wood works in weird ways, because imagine if we did actually sign Matt and Zubimendi, he wouldn't be getting as much of an opportunity maybe in the number 6 role to show what he's been showing recently. So man of the match performances in most of the games played this year, and probably has been up there with one of our best players this season, with how much calmness and dictating the play shows. Once it gets on the half turn and gets into gear, he's difficult to stop, and he did that so many times again last night, and had a couple of opportunities to score, and he maybe didn't capitalise. But again, that's something that we didn't see last year with the strident runs, and he's going strength to strength. And in terms of players going from strength to strength again, from players who were maybe a little bit on the outside last year, is the centre back Big Ibu. If someone told him last year, Kwanzaa keeping it out the side a lot last year, and was the main partner for Van Dijk, and this year you'll be the main one of the first players on the team sheet. So strong in the air, great tackler. And really steps in if Van Dijk doesn't play or he's got his jobs to do, his task to lock down one of the players that he's marking. He'll step in, especially Mark helping out Trent on the right side. Trent doesn't struggle defensively as what some might say, but of course he always sometimes maybe gets caught out too forward, or gets caught just in the wide area. Of course, and Canate does hoover up for him time to time, which is always good. We can rely on him to do that job, and it's difficult for someone to do that job because Trent, we try and get him. Obviously, Trent's role is a lot different now, a lot more calmer to what it was under Jurgen, but he still likes to drift in to the midfield area and trying to help out with the attacking areas. And Ibu does his job terrifically well to step into that area and make sure that we're covered when he needs to. But in terms of slot, incredibly well. If someone told me that after Jurgen left, obviously last season we'd be winning 8 of the first 9 games, I would have took that every day of the week. There was a lot of nerves for me going into the season without Jurgen because I'm so used to him being there, but in the dugout. But things have to move on, and it's obviously Slot is the one doing these results with the players, of course. But Jurgen made sure that he wasn't going to do a Ferguson or a Wenger and leave the team while they were in a mess. He made sure that the team was rejuvenated with players like McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai, who again, the midfield fluidity in there with Dominic and Maka and Gravenberg, like I say, they're doing terrifically well. And in terms of Dominic, he's taking everything on board. He's getting a lot more further forward. We know he's a great presser, but can he show a bit more attacking prowess with getting into the box with late runs? He's doing that a lot more this season. Could have got a goal last night, in fact. Just wide again, linking up, great link up play with Mo Salah. So the players are really enjoying the football, and I'm not getting excited, of course, with us at the top of the league because it's very early in the season, and we've got very difficult fixtures from now after the next international break, starting on this Saturday before the international break. Crystal Palace away, 12:30. Never an easy place to go, especially with our record in 12:30s. We don't really like them very much, as Jurgen Klopp would very much enlighten us all on. That he's done that many times before if he was still on the job. But I'm hoping we can just get the 3 points and top the Premier League for the next international break, and then get our teeth into these very big games coming up. Teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, all that, and the Man City. So very, like Slot says, he's very aware of the schedule coming up, and I'm sure the players are. So we've got to keep our feet on the ground and just keep doing what we're doing, and just keep churning the wins out, and we'll see where we are come the end of that schedule. And if we're near the top, then it might be time to start thinking that we're really in this title race. But great start, and that's the main thing, but we've got a lot of work to do. And the main thing for me is if we can keep the main guys fit, in terms of the first 11, because Slot at the moment, as I was told, and I realised from our time watching Feyenoord and speaking to a few Feyenoord fans on social media, he doesn't like to change his first 11 too much. So I'm hoping that the guys can stay fit, and if we can do that with the players like Mo Salah and Van Dijk, then I'm sure we can have a good season and challenge for the top prizes that we're hopefully being able to challenge for, at least right now. So we just have to keep ticking the games off, like I say, and we'll see where we end up. But great start.